Well, like, comment, and subscribe would be very appreciated because we are going to drive the crew cab out of the shop today in all its glory, paint, chrome, and a fire extinguisher. Let's get it. It's just about that time. But first we gotta clear a path. This is how hardcore the shop's been lately. I clean the shop up pretty often, but look at all this, just from one project after another. And I'm finally getting around to getting the welders out of the way. Look at all that. Unbelievable how quickly that kind of stuff piles up when you got 19 different projects going at once. It's go time, folks. Pathway's cleared. We're gonna drive the crew cab out of the shop. We got something very special planned for this truck the next couple days. Got a lot of family members here right now, and we're gonna drive it up there and let them see it for the first time as a group. All of us get to see it in the sunlight. I put an enormous amount of time into this truck, and there's parts of it where I just didn't want to work on it anymore. That's why, honestly, I quit working on it for about a year, but now we're back and really close to being done with it. A couple odds and ends to knock out, but I think I could have done 10 regular sized projects at least in the amount of time it took me to do this one. So let's go ahead and fire it up and drive it out of here and go surprise everybody with it. This is the first time I've seen it in the light. Need to take it to the car wash. Holy shit, that. Wow. Okay, that paint job's gnarly. Holy shit. Let's go see what everybody thinks. This is the farthest I've driven it. They don't even hear it. Feels really weird driving it. I don't know. I've never driven one of these really. This is the most I've ever driven a swept line. I'm just doing around the house a couple laps. But temperature's starting to come up a little bit. Oil pressure's great. We got voltage. It's weird that it's such a big roof and freaking moves. But we got no air conditioner set up, so that kind of sucks. But it's weird how eerie it is to it just feels like a second gen. So weird. buddy. She made it back in here, no problem. Everything feels good except for the control arm bushings are shot, which I could have guessed that. But we had a fuel leak. Fuel pump. So I have, if this truck sits for a minute, it fires up relatively good. Like if I'm saying it sits for weeks, but it kind of, like it's got a little air in the fuel. Now, what I've done in the past, hard starting your check valve right there, pressure relief valve. It hits a certain pressure and whatever the pump doesn't use in the engine goes back to the tank. Same thing with the injector. If it gets sent back to the tank, it doesn't even use all the fuel that gets kicked up there. Swap that out, helped a bunch. Thought I solved it, but then if the truck, like I said, sits for a little bit, ends up kind of hard starting. Not hard starting, but it just kind of, when you're trying to accelerate. So good shakedown run. I was gonna take it across the street. I did drive the donor truck that this thing is sitting on. I just took it for a quick rip down the road, and it felt like a well-used second gen. It felt good power for all considered. Steering felt like it needed some help, and that is on the list, but for what we need it for coming up, it's not going to need to drive very far at all. So we just need to get hopefully that's a different, what do we got here? That one's oil. Where are you coming from, oil? I did killer dowel pin timing. I did the vacuum pump seal, and it seems a little bit off. That looks like, yeah, I don't know. Depends on if it hits something that goes down there. But anyway, I thought I addressed everything the engine would need, but older rigs, even the donor's an older rig, we're gonna have stuff to hurdle through. But we do definitely need the control arms to make this thing roadworthy. But until then, it's gonna be fine. I don't even have steering stabilizer on the front of this. But she made her first pull out there. It's nice having all the weather stripping and everything in there. It didn't feel like a old rattle bucket. So that's kind of neat. I think in a couple days from now, I'm gonna, maybe even tomorrow, load this thing up and trailer it to town and give it a good wash. So I don't want anybody hitting it. I feel like it'd be safer up on a trailer. You know what I mean? 1,000 hours plus just to drive it around the yard. Ooh, you know what I mean? Oh well, we got some good stuff coming for it down the pipeline. I signed up for a couple events. There's a big car show in town that we're gonna do, and I want to make it to, it's like a power wagon, something in Hollister, I believe. Don't quote me, but that's later on. Both of those are in June, so hopefully get around to those. I'm just gonna let her sit right there, battery DQ'd, and DC, DQ, whatever. That was a big relief driving it around. Just the fact it feels just like a second gen is eerie, except for the fact that it's not a tall man's truck. I got the seat all the way down and I feel a little bit claustrophobic.